Did you see the video, by the way, that I told you about yesterday?
No.
Of like that guy's like breakdown wanting to kill himself and shit.
Oh, that. Yeah, I was like, the fuck is wrong with you? He
Me or him?
went on a micro rant or complaint saying that he could hear a girl talk in the room, and he was like, "Why don't I sound like that?"
The funny thing, it was actually another trans guy.
Is this? I would like to have the special power, or like to be able to see into an alternate reality where all of these trannies that believe that them being a woman would solve all of their problems, and they'd magically go from existentially suicidally depressed to completely normal and happy, and to just click my fingers and make them into actual women and see if that fixes them, or what other new bullshit problem they come up with to justify whether, I don't know, they fucking hate themselves, but they can't take responsibility for improving their personality.
Who knows? Could be any kind of mix match of problems. But I mean, if even I believe, I just don't remember that much anymore. Even homosexuality itself just has its own like set of mental problems with it. And like also abuse risk. Especially like if like, two women, apparently the most reported, what do you call it, domestic violence cases is actually lesbians.
Yeah.
Which I found hilarious. I'm like, how can the feminists argue this one? How are they gonna handle it?
I'll just deny it. I'll say that you're lying.
Yeah. It's like there's no man here. You can't argue uh asymmetry of power or anti-symmetry of power.
Asymmetry.
Yeah. Oh, not D. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, you can't argue these. So what are you gonna say then?
They'll just blame it on men. They'll say like, women have learned to be violent from men, or some shit like that. Or they'll say
Is
like,
that what you
these
call
women
beating
are
a dead
lesbians.
horse?
These women are lesbians because they've had enough of like toxic relationship with men where they were beaten. So they're still trapped in the mentality that beating your partner is okay. And they'll be like, "Oh, it's all men's fault."
The fucked up
You're
thing is that I've seen like videos of relationships where basically the guy does get fucking hit repeatedly, and that's not seen as a problem. Like I'm
Yeah,
looking
I've
at it,
seen
I'm like,
videos.
uh, like the guy would be sometimes skinny as fuck. I'm like, that definitely hurt him.
Mm. I've seen videos on
Emotional
YouTube of
damage.
social experiments where they've decided to get two actors, one male, one female, and they get the woman to hit the guy, pretending that they're in an argument,
Mm.
and people just walk past. They don't care. And then as soon as
It's the other way
it's the
around.
other way around, everyone jumps in.
Yeah,
Like, you cannot argue for equality while reinforcing inequality.
yeah.
First of all, they're not equal. Get that out of your head. And secondly, just be fucking honest. If you think that women are weaker than men, that they want the I don't know, the good sides of both and the bad parts of neither. They're like, oh, women are weaker than men, therefore we should get paid more to do less work, and we shouldn't have to do the hard jobs while the men have to. But we're also strong and independent, so we get paid the same.
So many
We
bits.
condemn Hamas.
Where the fuck did that come from?
I don't know. It's just love it when you talk to, I don't know, like people who are hell bent on like news reporters and debaters and people that are adamant on impressing their narrative or their beliefs onto you. What they'll do is they'll ask you really direct questions and demand a really direct answer. And then when you ask them questions, they'll give you the vaguest non-answer imaginable.
Yeah.
Like, it was like some woman trying to pass a bill in Australian Parliament or whatever, and they asked, and she was like, "Senator, there are many genders," and out comes the bullshit answer that's so vague and help anything anywhere, and yet, oh, I don't know, it's just kill yourself.
Yeah. Which like I don't know if that's the fucked up part about that video. I was very tempted to actually just say that to the guys, like, what do you have to win or what do you have to lose? Just honestly, and it's and I'm not sure if that's fucked up. Like when I wanted to say it, it's not like it charged towards him. Kill yourself, faggot, or something just fuck it at this stage, right? Just do it. Well, the trigger, you'll be happier.
Because what else is there? There's a great argument that I, for some reason, was too stupid to be able to put into words, which is if there's no difference between the genders and then we're all equal, why do you need to have your genitals and body
Yeah,
modified to affirm your gender? Um, like they say, they don't use the word woman anymore. They use like birthing person. It's absolutely fucking vile.
yeah, I remember.
What else?
I
Oh, they'll
think
say like,
that is a cognitive dissonance, isn't it? That one is
yeah,
like
no, like
because you believe that there's no man and woman, but you want to be a woman or a man when you're not one.
yeah, they'll say that a woman is anyone
So
who wants to be a woman, which is utter shit to start with. But if you go with it, then that means that fucking Jeremy the biker who lives down the road with his giant fucking biceps, his 60 centimeter grey beard is a woman. So if he's a woman, why would he chop his dick off when women have dicks now?
yeah,
At that stage, it's just senseless mutilation.
I think one thing I notice, after all that, going through the mentality of some of the people I talked and quote debated, is that they think a circular argument is valid.
Yeah.
Uh, because
Oh, the best one is whatever I think is superior to what you think because I'm me.
yeah,
Like, and I'm me because I'm better. It's like I'm better because I'm me, and I'm me better. Some shit like that,
yeah,
and you just rub it straight in their face. Yeah, I said I got hooked reading this stuff. And I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, that was it. For the longest time, for years, I've read that there is a difference between like how do I say that? There's like objective reality and there's subjective perspective.
yeah.
Um and somewhere in there is beliefs that are like there's no room to maneuver on them. So the sky is blue. You can't just believe it's purple because that makes you insane. That makes you delusional. You're detached from reality.
Or colorblind.
Yeah.
That was a stupid comment to make.
And then the other type of belief is like I don't know what you call it. Like I said this the other day or yesterday, like magic, where you delve into your own subconscious in order to change the way you think to make to change your reality, quote unquote. So if you're trying to get a job, you use like affirmative statements to bolster your confidence, which will subconsciously change your behavior to make you more presentable and employable, I suppose.
Yeah.
So there's the extent to which you are forced to accept reality and the extent to which you do not need to accept
What the
what you
fuck? The
see.
chickens are all out! What the fuck happened to chickens?
Yeah, anyway, yeah, so there's, I don't know, it's like new age hippie bullshit about creating your own reality and staying positive amongst all the negativity around you and all that.
I can tell you who to blame for that. Funny enough, it's actually the Buddhist.
No, I'm not saying, because there is truth in it. If you do like visualization exercises, it changes your subconscious to, I guess, like expect it's already happened, which will subconsciously change your behavior to bring you in alignment with whatever it is you want. So
I don't know.
there's
Although I'm not sure I understood it. Anyway, just before you forget your original point.
that's what I'm leading up to. Like I struggled for years to differentiate between the two. Like how tangible, obvious example about like choosing to believe something even though objective reality is different is that, let's say you're in a shit position in life, like everything is going wrong, you still hold out hope things are going to get better, even though the evidence points to the contrary. Maybe you're trapped on some shitty island, the only method of transport off the island is unavailable to you, the weather sucks, you can only grow potato, so there's nothing else to eat than potato, so you're stuck on a shitty island in the middle of like the Pacific Ocean eating nothing but potatoes.
I was gonna say, are you describing Ireland or? Is it?
Maybe. At one point, I suppose. But so even though your environment sucks, you have to realize that you're in that environment and accept it. But you can still believe something
Would change.
like it's not gonna suck. It's gonna get better. And I was like, how do you know the difference between delusional wishful thinking and
Oh,
um
hopefulness kind of deal.
yeah, like there's more than two genders is an obvious one, but there's obviously not more than two genders, but they believe it. I was like, how do you know if you're delusional? Because in the Potato Island example, the all of the data and objective reality points to everything sucking. So for
Yeah.
you to believe that maybe I'll come home one day and a wild weed will start growing in my garden that berries, and I can then eat something other than potatoes.
Mm.
Like that's possible, and you can't believe that. But anyway, I struggled with the difference, and I read today on this internet web page that the difference between the two, or rather, it said that one type of belief, there are two types of belief. One will like raise your consciousness, is positive and beneficial to you, and the other one is entropic and destructive, and is based on like delusions and wishful thinking. So the transgender crap. And all it said is beliefs that are based in objective reality. So an extrapolation of the data is beneficial, but the other type of belief that isn't, delusion, is the one that you just make up in your head that has no relation to anything in reality. Believe anyway, like flat Earth.
Yeah. Oh, fuck's
Um,
sake. Fuck flat
so these
earthers.
two types of beliefs, one will build you up, and the other will destroy you. And
Uh,
the only difference between the two is that one is objective and the other is subjective.
uh,
What was that fucking noise your brother made?
that's how he's playing Lethal Company.